All right, let's get you the latest on the Maha-political tussle. Now, after Gujarat backed India's first semiconductor project by peeping Maharashtra, the Shivsena and the NCP is up in the arms against the Shinde Fadnavis-led Maharashtra government over losing the multi-crore deal. Now, the Shivsena, the NCP is staging protests across the state. The Sena is also, in fact, running a signature campaign. And Sena workers say that despite the CM and the Deputy CM being Maharashtrians themselves, they were unable to bring the project to the state, and it has gone to the neighbouring state of Gujarat. They also, in fact, emphasized on how the employment opportunities that this mega deal could have generated was also badly hit in the state. Meanwhile, the Mumbai police has detained a few of the protesting NCP workers outside the NCP office in Mumbai. NCP MP Supriya Sule has lashed out at the CM Eknath Shinde and said that the youth will bear the brunt of losing this deal.
मुझे तो एमनीशिया नहीं है, क्योंकि आज जिसके साथ सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने बनाई है उसमें के 50% लोग उसी कैबिनेट में थे, और जो आज आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री जी बैठे हैं वो भी कैबिनेट में थे। तो 2.5 साल, और ऐसे भी नहीं कि 2-4 महीने सरकार चली, 2.5 साल वो सरकार चली, तो 2.5 साल में इनको इतना एमनीशिया हो गया कि भूल गए कैबिनेट में क्या क्या हुआ। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक बड़ी ऑफर शिंदे जी को दी है कि हम बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट देते हैं। मैं उनको ऑफर देती हूँ कि हम आपको चीफ मिनिस्टर से बहुत अच्छा और बड़ा आपको प्रोजेक्ट देने के लिए तैयार है। आप दादा और राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी इनको मानिए और मुख्यमंत्री महाराष्ट्र का बनाइए। मैं उनको वादा करती हूँ एकनाथ शिंदे जी को बहुत सुंदर बड़ी चीज़ हम उनको दे देंगे।
आंदोलन आज सरकार की तरफ से रोकने का काम किया गया है। युवकों का आवाज दबाने का काम महाराष्ट्र की सरकार कर रहे, मगर इसके खिलाफ हम आवाज उठाएंगे। रास्ते पे उतर के जो महाराष्ट्र सरकार की तरफ से जो आंदोलन दबाने की कोशिश करे उसको और जोर से हम करेंगे।
All right, and I'm being joined by my colleague Shweta, who's reporting live from Mumbai. Shweta, a very good afternoon to you. So once again, a fresh flashpoint between the Shinde Fadnavis Sarkar and the erstwhile Aghadi, and some very important charges that have been in fact levied by the former ministers of the state like Aaditya Thackeray, that and even Supriya Sule today, the NCP MP, that it's not just about the political face-off and the war of words, but it's also about the massive employment opportunities that this key project could have generated in the state. What more are you picking up in terms of this entire controversy?
Oh, well, that's correct, Pooja. Rightly you have mentioned about it's not just the political agenda, but also about the youth, those who have lost over a lack of employment, which was supposed to come to the state of Maharashtra. Now we are seeing that it has slipped to Gujarat, and the political face-off is being seen, the political trigger and the reactions coming in from all the political parties. You talk about NCP, Congress, Shivsena or BJP for that matter. We are seeing the political parties locking horns with each other, and of course the war of words, which is ongoing since the time Foxconn Vedanta has decided through their tweet. Mr. Atul Agarwal informed that the mega project of more than 1 lakh crore of rupees has gone to Gujarat. Now remember, this entire project was seemingly very important for the state of Maharashtra, as it was a very huge infrastructure project as well, giving the larger than one can imagine employment after COVID. One can imagine for 1 lakh employment for any state. It's not just about Maharashtra. What does it actually means to them? Here, keeping the youth agenda up front, we are seeing how Shivsena has been sharply reacting to the news. Now we are seeing that they have staged several protests, in fact, across Mumbai and Maharashtra. In fact, while we covered a few of their protests, we did understand being on ground that here it's more important that employment factor which has gone. Now who is going to repay on the same line, how the employment would be generated on a larger scale first. Secondly, it also been seen as a very political agenda, because CM said in future we are planning to get even more bigger project than Foxconn Vedanta had in the state of Maharashtra. But this is not enough, but because we are seeing NCP, Congress, Shivsena, that's MVA, the coalition government, which was seemingly was somewhere separated, and they were not united. But this is the point where we are seeing MVA government, the allies are back in form, and together they are opposing the fact that what BJP and Shinde-led Shivsena government has done. But over to this, there's two more important things to understand. BJP and Shinde-led Shivsena government, they are claiming on the fact that for last 2 years, the MVA government did not really do anything which could have materialized, and the project could have been in Talegaon. But over to this, reacting on the same lines, you talk about Aaditya Thackeray or Subhash Desai being the industrial former minister. They have said that they were the one, the MVA government was the one to bring the project in Maharashtra, but due to the sheer lack of coordination from the current government, it has slipped to the neighboring state, that's in Gujarat. But yes, here if we just speak on ground, people are concerned about the employment, but on a higher level, if we just see what is happening in political world, yes, the war of words is ongoing, and it will be important to see that what bigger project can CM actually, when he has assured, can bring for the Maharashtra.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us with all those details, Shweta.